Africa, a land of culture, wildlife, and natural beauty. Africa is a continent of immense diversity, encompassing an unparalleled variety of landscapes, peoples, cultures, and wildlife. Spanning 54 countries and hosting over 1.2 billion people, Africa is often referred to as the cradle of civilization, given that the earliest human ancestors originated here. From the vast deserts of the Sahara to the lush rainforests of the Congo Basin, and from bustling urban centers to remote villages, Africa offers a unique blend of ancient traditions and modern life. Culture, a tapestry of traditions and languages. One of Africa's most defining features is its incredible cultural diversity. Home to thousands of ethnic groups, each with its own language, traditions, and way of life, Africa stands as one of the most culturally rich regions in the world. From the Berbers of North Africa to the Zulu of Southern Africa, the continent boasts a kaleidoscope of cultural identities, each deeply rooted in history, spirituality, and community. Languages and ethnic groups. Africa is linguistically rich, with more than 2,000 languages spoken across the continent. Arabic dominates in North Africa, while Bantu languages are prevalent in Central and Southern Africa. Some of the most widely spoken languages include Swahili, Hausa, Amharic, Yoruba, and Zulu. The presence of colonial languages like English, French, and Portuguese further adds to the linguistic complexity. Ethnic groups are often defined by their languages and shared histories. The Maasai, for instance, are famous for the nomadic lifestyle in East Africa, while the Ashanti people in West Africa are renowned for their rich artistic traditions and craftsmanship. Religion and spirituality. Religious beliefs in Africa are equally diverse, with traditional African religions existing alongside Christianity and Islam. Indigenous religions often center around the worship of ancestors, nature spirits, and deities linked to natural elements like rivers, mountains, and forests. Rituals and ceremonies play a crucial role in African societies, marking important life events like births, marriages, and harvests. Christianity and Islam, introduced through trade, conquest, and colonialism, have become dominant faiths in large parts of Africa, particularly in the West and North. Despite this, many African communities continue to blend traditional practices with these major religions, creating a unique fusion of beliefs. Art, music, and dance. African art is renowned worldwide for its vibrancy and symbolism. Traditional African art, such as sculptures, masks, and textiles, is often intertwined with spiritual and social functions. These artworks serve as tools for storytelling, religious expression, and community cohesion. African music and dance, known for their rhythm and energy, are central to the continent's cultural identity. Music genres like Afrobeat, Highlife, and Amapiano have gained international recognition. Instruments like the djembe drum and the kora harp are integral to African music, while dance is often used to communicate, celebrate, and maintain historical traditions. The African savannas. Life on the plains. Africa's savannas are among the most iconic and vital ecosystems on the planet. These vast grasslands, interspersed with scattered trees, stretch across much of sub-Saharan Africa, covering countries such as Kenya, Tanzania, Botswana, and South Africa. The savannas play a critical role in the continent's biodiversity, supporting a wide range of flora and fauna that are uniquely adapted to this environment. Geography and climate of the savannas. African savannas are generally characterized by warm temperatures year-round, with distinct wet and dry seasons. Rainfall is moderate, allowing for a balance of grasslands and woodlands. The Serengeti in Tanzania and the Masai Mara in Kenya are two of the most famous savannas in the world, home to one of nature's greatest spectacles, the annual wildebeest migration. This vast movement of millions of wildebeest, zebras, and other herbivores, in search of fresh grazing grounds, showcases the dynamic nature of life in the savanna. Flora of the savannas. The plant life of Africa's savannas is uniquely adapted to withstand the harsh, dry conditions of the region. Acacia trees, with the thorny branches and flat-topped canopies, are one of the most iconic plants of the savanna. The baobab tree, often referred to as the tree of life, is another remarkable species that dominates the landscape. With its massive trunk capable of storing thousands of liters of water, the baobab is a symbol of resilience and life in the savanna. Grasses, which dominate the ecosystem, provide essential sustenance for the herbivores that inhabit the region. African wildlife. Majestic creatures of the continent. Africa is home to some of the most extraordinary and recognizable wildlife on Earth. The continent's biodiversity is unrivaled, offering a sanctuary for species that have adapted to life in various habitats, from the arid deserts to the dense jungles. African wildlife is an essential part of the continent's identity, attracting millions of visitors annually who seek to witness the Big Five: lions, elephants, leopards, buffaloes, and rhinos, in their natural habitats. The Big Five and beyond. The term, Big Five, originally referred to the 5 most dangerous animals to hunt in Africa but has since become a symbol of Africa's incredible wildlife. Lions, known as the kings of the jungle, are apex predators that roam the savannas in prides, hunting together in coordinated packs. African elephants, the largest land mammals on Earth, are a majestic presence in the savannas and forests, known for their intelligence, strong social bonds, and long memories. Rhinos, both black and white, are among Africa's most endangered species, primarily due to poaching for their horns. Leopards, with their stunning spotted coats, are elusive and solitary creatures, often hiding in trees. Cape buffaloes, often underestimated, are one of the most dangerous animals in Africa due to their unpredictability and strength. Beyond the Big Five, Africa's wildlife also includes giraffes, zebras, cheetahs, and a wide variety of antelopes, birds, and reptiles. Each species plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of Africa's ecosystems. Predator-prey relationships. Africa's savannas are a battleground for survival, where predator and prey relationships are essential to the health of the ecosystem. Lions and hyenas often compete for dominance as apex predators, while smaller carnivores like cheetahs and wild dogs specialize in hunting specific types of prey. Herbivores like zebras, gazelles, and wildebeest must constantly be on the move, seeking out fresh grazing grounds and staying alert for predators. This complex web of interactions ensures that the savanna remains a dynamic and evolving ecosystem. Habitats and ecosystems. A rich natural heritage. Africa is not only about savannas. The continent is home to a stunning array of ecosystems that vary dramatically depending on the region. These habitats range from tropical rainforests to arid deserts, each hosting a unique collection of plant and animal species. The Sahara Desert. The Sahara, the world's largest hot desert, stretches across North Africa, covering parts of Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Mauritania, Mali, Morocco, Sudan, and Tunisia. Though the Sahara is mostly barren, with vast stretches of sand dunes, it is home to resilient species like the dromedary camel, fennec fox, and various desert reptiles. Human populations, such as the Tuareg and Berber peoples, have adapted to life in the desert, practicing nomadic lifestyles that depend on their knowledge of the harsh environment. Tropical rainforests. In contrast to the Sahara, Africa's tropical rainforests, most notably in the Congo Basin, represent one of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the world. The Congo rainforest, the second largest tropical rainforest after the Amazon, spans 6 countries, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, Cameroon, and Gabon. This dense, humid forest is home to endangered species like the mountain gorilla, okapi, forest elephants, and bonobos. The region also plays a critical role in regulating the Earth's climate by acting as a carbon sink. Wetlands and river systems. Africa's rivers and wetlands are lifelines for both people and wildlife. The Nile River, the longest river in the world, has been the backbone of Egyptian civilization for millennia. Other major rivers, such as the Congo, Niger, and Zambezi, support agriculture, fishing, and transportation for millions of Africans. Wetlands like the Okavango Delta in Botswana are seasonal havens for wildlife, transforming into lush water ecosystems that attract elephants, hippos, and countless bird species during the rainy season. The special character of Africa. Strength in diversity. Africa's special character lies in its diversity of people, landscapes, wildlife, and cultures. The continent is both ancient and modern, holding on to traditions while adapting to the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Despite facing significant challenges like poverty, political instability, and environmental degradation, Africa's strength is reflected in the resilience and creativity of its people. Modern Africa. Africa's cities are growing rapidly, with urban centers like Lagos, Nairobi, Johannesburg, and Cairo emerging as hubs of economic activity and innovation. The African tech industry, particularly in East Africa, is booming, with countries like Kenya earning the title, Silicon Savannah, due to its burgeoning tech scene. Meanwhile, the African Union and regional organizations are working toward greater economic integration and stability across the continent. Conservation efforts. Africa faces significant environmental challenges, including deforestation, desertification, and wildlife poaching. In response, various conservation efforts are underway to protect the continent's unique ecosystems and wildlife. National parks and game reserves, such as Kruger National Park in South Africa, Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, and Amboseli National Park in Kenya, are critical for conserving biodiversity and fostering ecotourism. These protected areas not only safeguard wildlife but also create economic opportunities for local communities through sustainable tourism. Grassroots organizations and international NGOs are working collaboratively with local communities to promote conservation initiatives that respect traditional ways of life while ensuring the sustainable use of natural resources. For example, community-based conservation programs in Namibia have successfully empowered indigenous groups to manage wildlife and benefit from tourism, creating a balance between preservation and livelihoods. This approach recognizes that local communities are essential stakeholders in conservation efforts, as they possess invaluable knowledge of their environment and have a vested interest in its health and sustainability. Cultural resilience and adaptation. Africa's cultural resilience is another hallmark of its character. Despite the impacts of colonialism, globalization, and climate change, African communities continue to adapt, innovate, and celebrate their heritage. Traditional practices, such as storytelling, music, and art, are being revitalized and passed down to younger generations, ensuring the survival of diverse cultures. Festivals celebrating local traditions and cultures have gained popularity, attracting both locals and tourists who wish to experience the continent's vibrant heritage. Moreover, African literature, film, and music are gaining international acclaim, reflecting contemporary issues while rooted in traditional narratives. Writers like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and Ngugi wa Thiong'o have become global voices, sharing African stories that challenge stereotypes and highlight the complexity of the continent. Musicians like Burna Boy, Angelique Kidjo, and Youssou N'Dour have brought African rhythms and melodies to the world stage, fostering a greater appreciation for the continent's cultural richness. Conclusion. Africa is a continent of contrasts and complexities, characterized by its diverse cultures, remarkable landscapes, and extraordinary wildlife.